Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing a first impression review video on the e.l.f. Studio Flawless Finish Foundation and on the e.l.f. Studio HD Lifting Concealer. I will use these products for the very first time. I will come back with check-ins throughout the day to let you know how the product is holding up, what I think about it, and then at the very end of the video, I will come back a week later. Sometimes I might come back maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, just depending on if I've completely gathered, like, if I've gotten all my thoughts about the product. Because, you know, sometimes it takes a week and you've made your decision about the product, and sometimes it takes a little longer. So I'm planning on coming back in a week, but if I haven't formulated an opinion about it in a week, then it might be a little longer. So we'll just see. The packaging on the foundation is really nice. Like, it's a nice glass bottle and it's like a frosted glass. And it does come with a pump. So I feel like that is super nice with an affordable foundation like this. And this foundation is only $6. I'm going to be probably mixing 2 different shades today with the foundation. So I have sand and I also have porcelain. As you can see, the foundation is fairly runny. It's running down my hand, so it doesn't seem like too super runny, but it doesn't seem like too super thick. It seems right in the middle on consistency. And I'm just going to see which shade. Yeah, I definitely think sand is slightly too dark for me, and I feel like porcelain... Yeah, porcelain might be just a tad too light. So I'm just going to mix a little bit of sand with porcelain. Now this foundation does kind of have a little bit of a strange scent. Like, it does have almost like a plastic type of smell to it. It is really strange. I don't have a foundation that smells like this. So if you're really sensitive to smells, I don't know if you'll like this foundation, because the smell is a little weird. And I'm just using my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, and I'm just going to blend in this foundation. Yeah, the smell of this foundation actually is kind of bothering me, and I'm not normally sensitive to smells. So yeah, that's one thing I definitely don't like about this foundation so far. I don't like the way it smells at all. But the coverage of the foundation looks really nice. Like, it looks like it's covering really good. Doesn't look like it to be settling into pores or anything. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in certain areas and add just a little more coverage to see if this foundation builds really good. Yeah, it definitely builds really nice. Like, it's not getting patchy or cakey or anything. I mean, I really like the coverage of the foundation. Like, it has really great coverage. Like, it looks really nice on the skin. I just would say right now the biggest downfall for me is the scent. Maybe after I use it for like a week or so, maybe I'll get used to the scent. No, it won't really bother me, but it just has a strange scent. I know I keep like talking about it, but it's just weird. Okay, so hopefully you can see the coverage on this foundation. Like, it looks really nice. And I look dead right now because my lips are covered with foundation and I don't have concealer on yet. So I look like a zombie. The packaging is deceiving because I honestly thought that the concealer was going to be like as long as the packaging here. And as you can tell, it's not. Like, it's not a really long tube. I was expecting it to be really long, like my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Hopefully you all can see the difference in the shade colors in the tube. This one over here on the right side is light, and the one on the left is in fair. And I'll just go ahead and swatch these on the back of my hand. So they come with doe foot applicators, which is nice, and the packaging is nice. It's not glass, it is plastic. This one here is in the color light, and this one is fair. I think this is going to be good, so I'm going to go with fair. And I'm just going to put that on my under eye area. And then I'm just going to highlight my face a little bit. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this concealer down the center of my nose. Just take a little bit up here on my forehead. Yeah, the concealer has really great coverage as well. Like, it looks like it's hiding my under eye circle really good. Like, my dark under eyes. And I don't really have super dark under eye circles, but I do have a little bit of darkness there. And I do feel like that hid that darkness. With the concealer, it doesn't have a real strong plasticky smell like the foundation did. So that is good that it doesn't have like a real strong scent. Like, honestly, like, I don't even smell a scent with it. It pretty much smells scentless. I really like both of the products so far. I think they both had amazing coverage, and I like the finish of it. Like, it's not too dewy and it's not too matte. It's definitely a semi-matte finish foundation. I have had this makeup on for probably an hour or two now because I've been filming some other videos. Like, I filmed a tutorial on this makeup look, and I also filmed my September favorites. So just keep that in mind that it's been on my face for like a little bit now. It's not like I just got done applying the foundation. But I did want to go ahead and show you guys the current time. I finished putting the foundation on like around 11 o'clock, like around 11:30. But right now, as you can see, it is like it's 1:21. So I will come back a little later today and I'll give you like an update on this foundation and concealer and let you guys know how it's holding up. It is now 3:34, so it's been several hours since I filmed my first impression on this foundation and concealer. I changed my shirt and I put my hair up, so I got kind of casual since I filmed the first impression. I went to the park after I got done filming with one of my friends, and we just took like a walk around the park with her dog. So yeah, that's why I look so casual now. But just to update you guys on this foundation, it's holding up really well still. It is starting to wear off my nose just a little bit, and my nose is getting like a little shiny, but nothing really bad. The only thing that I've noticed right now that's kind of bad for me is up here, like around my hairline. Like, it's kind of splotchy a little bit, or it looks like it might be kind of clinging to some dry patches up here on my forehead. So yeah, I don't know if this foundation is great for people with, you know, dry skin. I don't know why I'm doing this. But yeah, because it seems like it's kind of clinging to those areas. But I will probably come back right before I go to bed and give you all like a final check-in before I come back a week or a month later, however long I decide to review this foundation. So yeah, I will see you guys here in a little bit. I am back and it is now 8:11. And excuse my hair, I know that it probably looks a hot mess, but I did go to the gym. And I also, before I went to the gym, I went and played frisbee golf with my brother. That was my first time doing that, and I did so horrible. I don't feel like it's worn off much more off of my nose. Like, I feel like it looks about the same as it did earlier. I mean, around my hairline, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to look down in my mirror. I mean, around my hairline, I still kind of have those areas where it looks a little patchy. If you have super dry skin, I don't know if this foundation would be like the best suited for you. And I got ate alive by mosquitoes earlier whenever I was outside playing frisbee golf. I forgot to update you guys on the concealer earlier whenever I came back with my first check-in. The concealer has actually held up really well. It stayed on pretty good. So yeah, I really like the concealer. The foundation, I'm kind of on the fence with. I'll need to use it a few more times to really get a good opinion on it. It could have been maybe the way that I applied it, or I don't know. So we'll just kind of see what happens. Just to show you guys the date so you can see, you know, what the date was. If you look on my phone, you can see that it is September the 23rd. It is October the 18th. So it hasn't been quite a month since I filmed my first impression on the e.l.f. foundation and concealer. It has been a long enough time though for me to get my opinions on both of these products. So first I'm just going to start with a concealer. So I know whenever I filmed the first impression I didn't update a whole lot on the concealer. With the concealer I do find that it has really good coverage and it does last pretty much all day long. The one thing that I would change about the concealer is I wish that e.l.f. had a little bit more of a color selection on the concealer. It's almost like a grayish tone. I know whenever I filmed the first impression I thought that it was going to be too light, but I actually wish it was a little lighter and was like a little less grayish. I don't know. It's just like an odd color. It's not my favorite concealer in the world. Like, I probably won't reach for this a whole lot just because the color isn't exactly what I like. The formula is good though. Like, it does last for a long time. So maybe if this shade is the right shade for you, it would be an awesome concealer, because that's the only thing I would change about it is the color. It's just, the color's a little off. I like the packaging and I do like the fact that it has a doe foot applicator. I would probably give that like a 3.5 star rating just because the color isn't right. With the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, I have like a love-hate relationship with this foundation. Like, if everything, like if the weather conditions are perfect and my skin is perfect, this foundation looks perfect. But if the weather is a little too humid, this foundation does not work. It works better if it's not humid, but it's still, I don't know, the foundation is like a sticky like consistency. I don't know. I don't really like that about the foundation. It does tend to last longer though when it's not as humid out. And it tends to look a lot better on the skin when it's not humid. So if you don't live in a humid climate, maybe this foundation will work good for you. Another thing that I'm not a fan of when it comes to this foundation is the smell of this foundation. It stinks so bad, and I thought that I would get used to the smell of this foundation the longer that I used it, but I just don't. Like, it has a really plastic smell. I hate the way it smells. I wish it smelled different. If you had really oily skin, this foundation would not work at all because, like I said, it is sticky. It tends to get a little more shiny throughout the day. If you have a super dry skin, I don't think that this foundation would work good either. Even though it is more, I guess, moisturizing, it has a tendency to want to cling to like dry areas of the skin. So that's why I feel that if you had super dry skin, this foundation wouldn't work good. So this foundation is only going to work if the climate is perfect and your skin is in perfect condition, like normal, not super dry, not super oily. I just have other foundations I like better. Like, I love my L'Oreal True Match foundation way better than this. And I also like my L'Oreal True Match Lumi better than this foundation. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a decent foundation for the price. I mean, I love the packaging. Like, I think the packaging looks super nice. I like the fact that it comes with a pump. But I don't know. I would probably give the foundation like a 3.5 star rating too, just because I feel like it's got to be perfect conditions for the foundation to look good. Those are my thoughts on the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation and on the HD Lifting Concealer. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have used these products and what your experience is with them. Like, if you really like it, if you don't, if you feel the same way that I do about it. I just would be curious to know what you guys think. So yeah, just let me know down in the comments. If you did enjoy this type of video, let me know, like thumbs it up or let me know down in the comments. And I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope that you guys have an awesome day. Bye-bye, guys. Mwah.